What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Let's get right into it, okay? It is the third day of May, well underway on this month of May here. Moving down a little bit. We didn't get that final push into the end of the week that I was looking for. It is Friday. I mean, technically it's Saturday on the charts. It's Friday where I'm at still. I thought that we would push a little bit higher, and looking at the daily close here, this is rather not convincing to me that we're ready to go higher now. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not saying that we have to pull all the way back down to our most relative area of resistance, but we could, right? Come down here, find support at prior resistance. That's pretty common to do. Um sorry, whoa, that was weird. That cough got me out of nowhere. Wow, I normally have enough wherewithal to mute those before it happens, but looking where we are now, my assumption would be that we could pull right back to the 382. It's very common in any endeavor to check back with your 382 before moving higher, right? And at this point in time, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I'm pretty convinced that this is actually what we do, is that we might be running back to $88,000 or somewhere around there, maybe just below there, maybe just above there. It's very possible we could find support at 91.8K. But I am under the assumption we're going to go lower. Main reason, case in point, as to why on a daily basis here, we had the RSI bouncing off the overbought zone, looking good. Now we've got lower highs here in the RSI, higher highs here in the price, lower levels of volume as we're building. I can't deny it, man. Volume's dying off as we're building higher. Yes, we had the volume building here relative to the breakout, but man, as we continue to just die off, we couldn't even get overbought on the 4-hour RSI. This very much makes me think, and it pains me to say, I think that we're not ready to break above 100K. I really did expect that we would be moving through this a lot earlier. And the fact that not only did it take longer, you guys remember, I mean, maybe if you don't remember, if you're newer, but if you've been here for at least a week or two, you remember back in these days here, I was saying that we would move up faster than anyone's expecting, and I think we're just going to rip right through 100K. By the end of the month of April, that was the expectation. Well, this move finally happens, but it's a little bit later. It's later than expected, and it's weaker than expected, with less volume than what would be necessary to make this seem real. The reaction just doesn't seem appropriate. So what I think is we need to gather our bearings. We really do need to go down. I think that there's a lot of people now, and I saw it all over X.com. I saw it all over YouTube today. A lot of people are talking about prices at new all-time highs right now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Inevitably, we're going to get there, and we're probably days away, weeks away from seeing these prices, right? But probably weeks away at this point. But it's oftentimes whenever everybody's looking at each other saying, we're going to go right now, let's go higher. That's the moment where you should probably look at yourself and be like, we're probably going to go lower, right? If everybody thinks that we're going to go higher, that's a clear sign that we are going to go lower. And I think today I saw enough madness that it made me think, if even in the height of this euphoric, it's not euphoric yet. We're not in euphoria, but just it seems like everybody's got this bullish momentum. The bulls are coming out to play, and you're seeing it next.com and YouTube. Everyone's talking about prices that'll be above 100K as if it's already happened, new all-time highs as if it's already happened. And oftentimes in moments like that, we check back. This isn't even that intense, right? A pullback like this is nothing. It's very, I mean, we look back over here at the pullbacks that we had. This is probably very comparable, I wonder, from a high to a low. Let's just see. What is this? Come on now. If I can just move it all the way back over here. Let's go. Or look at that. It's basically the same move. Basically the exact same move. You know what I mean? It's not, and this was still in the face of a very bullish trend. But whenever we were breaking out, whenever we were bullish, you know what we did? We didn't stop. We just kept moving, right? And here, even whenever we were moving up a little bit, we were at least overbought. We didn't have bearish divergence. I wonder back here, I really do wonder. Let's see, what did the 4-hour RSI look like? If it looks like it does now, maybe we'll just have to change our perspective right on the spot. I don't think that's what's going to happen, though. Yeah, you look at the 4-hour here, you're getting overbought. Here, you're getting lower lows. Come on now, man. Why is it doing this? Lower lows right here, building, bouncing off the 60 as you're getting higher lows, right? The volume's dying off, but in the rough consolidation phase, as you start moving up, volume's coming in with purpose. You don't stop right in this area where you broke out from. You push through it, right? We're here. If we look at what we're doing now, we stopped right at the area that we broke out from. We rejected the overbought zone. We didn't, yes, we've got lower lows right now. Technically, though, this low is lower in the RSI and that low is lower in the price. We do have a lower low right now in the RSI with higher lows, but I'm assuming that this is going to be given back. And I think being that it is the weekend, being that it is Saturday now, we have basically all of Saturday, all of Sunday, and then half of Monday where there's no trading desks open. It's just Bitcoin. It's just the weekend shenanigans. I'm assuming that this is a perfect time to pull back. You got bearish divergence on the daily time frame. We've been overbought for a solid bit. We've been overbought, you guys, since the 22nd of April. And you know what we've done with that since then? I mean, literally, since we got in the overbought zone, which was here, we've been overbought for about a week now, a little bit over a week now, right? Like a week and a half, and all we saw was a 4.7% growth. That's not my overbought zone, man. I want a refund, right? Not my overbought zone. I don't think that's how we're supposed to perform. Whenever you see these kind of readings, look at this, right? You see these kind of readings continuing in the overbought zone. Look at you're moving up, right? You're not, if you're stalling out, you're likely going to go down. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. My expectations are that we pull back. We've got an area to anchor from here on the top side. 97, 98K. This was an area actually that we were focusing on, I'm pretty sure. Let me just refresh my head here. It's a little bit above what we were thinking, but the 97K area at the 6.9 could have been resistance. I just think if we were to go higher, today would have been a lot different. I think what we're doing now, being that it's the weekend, might be indicative that we have a little bit of a pullback as well. Again, just moving up here, volume starting to die off. You broke out, man. You literally broke out. Volume came in, you were building, it all looked good. Why didn't you continue? You didn't continue, and your volume died off, and you got bearish divergence, and you rejected the overbought zone. Just lower is what I'm thinking, and that's okay. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Seeing volatility is not a problem. It's fine if we pull back to our 382. In fact, Bitcoin is notorious for this whenever it's in very bullish phases. You do this, you get a quick shakeout, you drop down here and then up here. I think the ideal case scenario here would be that over the next 2 days, 3 days, we just rip it off like a band-aid, get this drop done with, and then come back up. If I'm wrong, that's great. I would love to be wrong, and we can flip back bullish immediately, but I am flipping momentarily bearish. Don't get me wrong, you guys. We are on a path. We're at 96.6K right now. I'm calling for us to go to 88K right now, okay? Before continuing on this path that will inevitably take us to 170 to 180K by the end of June. I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin. I'm probably more bullish than the average market participant for Bitcoin. People think 160, 170K, that's next cycle stuff. That's end of the year stuff. Not me. I'm thinking it's like 2 months from now stuff, right? It's happening in a very short amount of time. Not even 2 months at this point. That's the expectation. But along that expectation, there will be higher highs and higher lows. I think we're coming down to form a higher low right now. That's just kind of how it is in my perception here. Looking at the weekly RSI, we're not even overbought. It's fine. We can consolidate, right? A day and 22 hours left. If we do move down over the weekend, that could set us up for a little bit of a red week here, and that's fine. If we get a red week here, it sets us up for a rejection off the 60, which is not a problem. We found turbulence at this area before. It's nothing too crazy. Ultimately, just looking at the weekly RSI, you can see bouncing here, overbought, bouncing here, overbought, bouncing here. We're ultimately going to get into the overbought zone. It's going to happen. It's just this week, I don't know if we'll close it green or close it red or whatever, but I would expect by the end of this week we come down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what happens. If things happen the way that I think they're going to happen with this pullback, I'm assuming because everybody is so bullish today, we're going to see it's just going to be fast. It's going to catch people off guard, and it's going to be a literal shakeout. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you're not taking it upon yourself to let go of your trading positions now, if you're not selling at these prices, and I'm not saying to sell at these prices, all I'm saying is if you're not selling here and the price drops fast, you better not sell at the lows. This is not guaranteed to happen. The downside price is not guaranteed to happen. I'm not selling my cryptos. Some trading positions, I've got some sell orders in right now. I'm thinking about taking profits. But I'm not selling any of my long-term bags at all, right? 97% of my net worth is in crypto, and it's in there to stay for the long term. Go down lower than my expectations, whatever. I'm not selling. All I'm trying to say by that is I'm not saying sell here. I'm just saying if you want to sell, this is your chance. This is not your chance. And if it happens fast, if it takes 2 to 3 days, you better not sell at that low. It's probably going to happen just as fast as it recovers. I would expect by the end of next week, we're at higher prices than we are now. If not, maybe what we do, maybe it's not as fast as I think. Maybe we do spend about a week consolidating, and then the following week we'll move up. I don't know, but I do anticipate a little bit of stoppage here. That's the main purpose of this video. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say at this point, right? The 4 hour looks bearish as hell. The 1 hour looks bearish. You're actually gaining volume as you're coming down here. Volume's dead right now. Don't get me wrong, volume is dead right now, but you're kind of at this flat point. I just think, I think with what you did here with this breakout, if you were going to continue higher, you would not be doing what you've done over the past like 12 hours. Yeah. It's completely opposite of what we were looking for. And if you're not moving up when you're supposed to move up, well, you're going to move down. Likely you're going to move down. That's my expectations. Got a lot of volume at the top here, a lot of volume at the top here. That tells me, there might be some distribution going on right before the weekend. And it makes a lot of sense because, I was talking about this in my Microstrategy video, my strategy video earlier today. I was surprised that we didn't break above 400. Maybe there was some uncertainty, but perhaps the guys behind the desk at MSTR, they're aware of like the pullback over the weekend, so they're holding off on buying or acquiring more because if Bitcoin does pull down, give us a gap down, well, MSTR will be at cheaper prices. It'll gap down as well. We'll be able to buy. So that actually changes the game plan for that thing as well. But I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to say. That last part might not pertain to a lot of you, but I know a lot of you who watch these Bitcoin videos also watch the MicroStrategy videos too, and that makes sense, as you should, right? They kind of go hand in hand with each other. But I do think we're going lower. That's the main essence of this video. That's the main purpose. How far are we going to go? I genuinely don't know. I assume that we will see prices around 88,000. And the reason I assume that, for one, is the 382 is right there at 88K. Number two, if we're looking at this right, it just makes sense. It's the last area that we found resistance on before we broke out here. We're back testing that. And I mean, if we look here, right, where did you find resistance whenever you were consolidating all this time? Well, if we look at this, you go on this trend line, you draw a line of best fit. We found resistance here. Whenever we broke out, we back tested that line for support. We found resistance here for about a month. Whenever we broke out, it would make sense that we might back test that for support as well. So, and again, this move down is actually extremely comparable. It's the exact same length as this move was over here. If we just take it into consideration, right? Something like that. It's literally like from a high to a low, it's the exact same length. It's actually the exact same length. So, yeah. Overbought, not doing anything. Bearish divergence, volume's not coming in as we're moving higher. 4 hours rejecting the overbought zone. 1 hour looks like piss. Weekly RSI is fine if it goes down. And we're at the area, we're right at the breakout point from whenever we broke out of this relative consolidation phase here. It all makes sense that we would find resistance here, guys. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Just saying, think we're going down over the weekend. Maybe opening up next week a little bit bearish. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Seriously. And one more thing. I want to see this. Yeah, the daily ribbon's crossed up. You're just going to go into it. You're going to go into it a little bit, yeah. 3 days crossing, so you're going to back test it as it's crossing. That might be what it is. I don't know, but that's my thoughts, guys. I got nothing else for you. All right, take it easy. See you on the next one. Bye.